episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I'm gonna detail the story.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're trapping tapping in 10 and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge-ito. You're not finna get nobody's knowledge-ito. Tap in to make sure, in fact, tap in with that good. Tap in. Hit us with a like, with a comment, with a good subscribe to everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. That knowledge ain't finna get nobody's college. We're gonna jump into this content, man. Tap in with that tap in to make sure, in fact, tap in with that good tap in. Notification bell hit all. Stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. We've been jumping into this content. Notification bell hit all. Stay tapped in. It's Saturday, so we ain't finna hold y'all too long. But let's get into this, man. He shot so many Crips. He was the most wanted blood. Let's get into this content. Let's get into it. Let's go.
6 Deuce brand member.
Shout out to the war in Cali.
Daryl Bailey, aka Little Trigger. By the late 70s, wars between Crip and Blood gangs, and even Crip on Crip, would turn Los Angeles into a bloodbath going into the 80s and 90s, making Los Angeles murder rate skyrocket. South Central has several Blood and Crip gangs from various different sections, with South Central easily having over 100 different gangs, so South Central wasn't an easy place to grow up. Many of the youth growing up in Los Angeles would take the route of becoming drug dealers and even gangbangers, leading to kids embarking on a life that led to death and some doing time in jail. And that leads us to Daryl's story. Daryl was born around 1973 and grew up in South Central. He would later become affiliated with a blood set known as the Harvard Park 6 Deuce Brims. The 6 Deuce Brims will become one of the most known blood sets in Los Angeles, known for their reputation in the streets, especially with them being surrounded by several powerful enemy gangs.
Yeah, they definitely are in a hot spot where they're located, so it's definitely interesting to see them continuously grow and expand and have these type of stories for sure.
The Rolling 60 Crips, the A-Tray Gangster Crips, and the Hoovers, among others. The Brims are in alliance with other Bloods, especially ones in the Brim Alliance, like the Fruitown and the Vanish Gangster Brims. The Brims have been known for making headlines, having several members putting in work, and going on epic shooting sprees, like some Brim members I covered before, like Ace Capone. Ace Capone shot at a crowd of Hoovers at a party, leaving some dead after they robbed him. Also, a man named Little Sonny. Little Sonny killed several Rolling 60 Crips after his brother was murdered.
Sheesh. Little Sonny was on timing.
But these men are both serving life sentences for the murders they committed. And Daryl, aka Little Trigger, will follow in their footsteps, and he will live up to his name. On August 31st, 1988, Daryl was trying to build his name up in the set and trying to get more recognition from his gang. For Daryl, it was time to put in some work, so he would go through several areas his enemies will be. Daryl shot randomly through enemy gang territories, wounded 3 people. One of those 3 people was a young man named Jerry Johnson. Jerry, who was 14, was cleaning his brother's car when Daryl pulled up and shot him. He was critically injured, but ended up surviving. After the shooting, Daryl faced 6 counts of attempted murder. However, during his trial, he walked out of the courtroom, making him a wanted man. He was also the prime suspect in a conspiracy to kill a witness. Daryl fled LA and went far away to St. Louis. He had several family members there. And by this time, LA gang culture spread across the country. St. Louis became full of Crips and Blood gangs.
That's interesting, especially when in St. Louis, you know, they have the influx of the Bloods and the Crips coming from California. And there's so many people coming in there from from California. You know, I don't want to say imposing their will, because it's not imposing their will by any means. But it's definitely, what's the word I'm looking for? Influencing a lot of the things that they have going on for sure.
Brought down by LA gang members. It was even a Brim set in St. Louis. Daryl was even related to feature rapper Chingy, which Chingy would talk about his family ties on Vlad TV.
Just to give you an insight on, as far as what I seen growing up in the streets and how that St. Louis wave of drugs and gangs started. Well, my family, being the Bailey family and the Crawford family, were contributors to that. Like my people, aunties, uncles, daddy, cousins, used to go to LA to handle business, but they would bring back the drugs and some of the gangbangers and post them up in different hoods, and they do what they do. Now this is, of course, I'm speaking like in 86, 85, 87, you know, so I'm around this, and my relatives were Bloods in the blood gang. Originated from Harvard Park 6 Deuce Brims in LA. And so they brought it to St. Louis. And I remember being around them when they had this apartment, and it'd be about 10, 15 bloods in there. My older relatives now. It used to be Crips who would come over because they needed to talk to my auntie and my uncle business. So
wait, if all his family's is bloods and he's Chingy, shouldn't he be Bingy? Shouldn't that be Bingy?
LA Crips be coming over, and I'm young, but I know pretty much what's going on. I pay attention, you know what I mean? And so they would almost get into it, the Bloods and the Crips. But because of my uncle and auntie, they didn't, because it's business. And so that wave started in St. Louis for us. That's how the gang banging, the drug and the gang banging stuff in St. Louis, that's how that started.
So Daryl was already connected in St. Louis in various ways. But for Daryl, police was hot on his trail, and it made it worse. His story would appear on national broadcasted show America Most Wanted, which detailed the history of criminals and some being on the run. A segment
I remember America's Most Wanted. That used to be my show Saturday nights at 9 o'clock, Fox 11.
about Daryl came out on December 10th, 1989.
You had Cops, then you had America's Most Wanted. That was Saturday night at my grandma's house.
Actor Tyron Turner, most known for his role as Kane in Menace to Society, will play Daryl.
Like many boys growing up in tough South Central LA, Daryl Bailey joined a street gang.
You know you got the blast tonight, blood.
On August 31st, 1988, police say Bailey set out to make his mark, the easy way, with a gun. According to police, he rode through rival gang territory, points stopping just long enough to gun down 14-year-old Jerry Huff as he cleaned his brother's car. After the rampage, Bailey faced 6 counts of attempted murder, but even before his trial was over, he walked out of the courtroom and disappeared. Police suspected Bailey had fled Los Angeles.
He got up out of there.
And headed for St. Louis, Missouri, where he had family.
The America Most Wanted segment led to police getting several tips about Daryl's whereabouts. A gang task located Daryl to a house owned by his aunt. However, he fled before the police could catch him.
Your tips gave confirmed sightings to a special anti-gang task force in St. Louis. They tracked Bailey to this suburban house owned by his aunt. But Bailey disappeared again, just hours before police arrived.
On January 8th, 1990, police got a tip claiming Daryl was in a house in St. Louis. When police arrived, they found a suspect leaving the house and questioned him.
Damn, good snitch too.
He would tell the police that Daryl was hiding in the house. Police would later find Daryl hiding in the attic. Daryl was arrested by 7 members of the Fugitive Apprehensive Strike Team in St. Louis. He was arrested in an area called Velda Village. St. Louis police would say that America Most Wanted was instrumental in the arrest of Daryl. Detectives said without their profile on Daryl, they would have not known that Daryl was a fugitive. They would go on to say he was known to us, and we were quickly able to pick up his trail. We developed several informants who knew Daryl and developed several good leads.
The task force turned up the heat, and Monday, their work paid off.
We got a tip earlier in the evening that he'd be at this location, and when we arrived, we set up surveillance cars. A short time later,
Yeah, they snitched on my nigga Daryl for sure.
one of the subjects came out of the house. We stopped that subject, and he told us that he had left Daryl Bailey in the house in question. We discovered Daryl Bailey hiding in the attic of the house, and that's where we effected his arrest.
Back in Los Angeles, Bailey's arrest was good news to shooting victim Jerry Huff and his mother.
He said, they got it. I can go outside. I can have a little freedom now, knowing that he won't come around the corner and shoot me again.
Tonight, Daryl Bailey is in the custody of St. Louis police awaiting extradition to California.
Are you glad it's over?
Yeah, but I'd rather have the Lord. Right now, I'm just hoping.
Man, that's real life trauma right there. That man was over there causing chaos.
I go through.
In all, your tips have now captured 91 fugitives.
Daryl was extradited back to California, where he faced his charges of 6 attempted murders. At the age of 17, by this time, Daryl's whole life was thrown away for the streets. There's little information about the whereabouts of Daryl in his current day, but his situation was just a reflection of how crazy the 80s and 90s were. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episode.
Sheesh, that's a tricky, sticky, icky, mickey, biggie situation. But y'all know the deal, though. It's red dots to the left. Of course, y'all know the rest, and y'all know it's free. Avenue Angel until he's free. We go.
Niggas jealous. Baby, keep it sick as shit. change the way you walk. Conversations in the bank could probably change the way you talk. I'ma always be right here and I won't never leave you lonely. You can rest all of your fears cause I always got it on me. They took me from you once, you showed you was a rock. Speak on my demise, but the devil is a lie. 6 blood sin and we only getting higher. See the love in your heart, but your eyes full of fire. See, I used to wonder about you, but I know now. It's Gucci bags when we land, how it go now. Real shit, a real bitch, and make you slow down. I beat it up and take a break and go some more rounds, and then we go some more rounds. It's gonna always be some rain, so the roads got umbrellas. I'm stressing with the homies in the town with them fellas. Gonna always take them pictures, I tell you when to post it. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. Baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. Gotta keep my eyes open. See, I started as a dealer, then I finished as a dealer. I could put you on the beach in the middle of the winter. You and Nina, sister wives, cause this shit can get tricky. Niggas frontin' like a trailer, turn that bitch into Matilda. Stepping on these niggas and I came into a feet first. 12 on these Balenci's and these bitches make my feet hurt. Rich nigga problems every day, I live a movie. You could fight in H&M or you could ball with me alone. She asked for a hoodie, so I let her wear the Gucci. Next day when she left, I ain't tripping, she kept the Gucci. It tastes like food, I even had to lick my fingers. And that pussy so good, I had to save me some for later. Diamonds on your neck, see them dancing on your haters. And they talk from the bottom, but you up, you can't hear them. You taking all the pictures, I tell you when to post it. Pistol on me and I'm focused, you ain't tripping, you a hold it. Cause you know them niggas jealous. Yeah, you know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open.